welcome back to Shadow of Mordor, Part 8. In this episode, we are continuing on with the Poison Grog mission. Yes, mission.
The mission that teaches you how to ignore poison grog, because of how much it sucks.
Honestly, it's not the worst of. It's not really. Actually, I would say it's one of the worst of the stealth skills that we have.
I see one thing. The only thing, based on the information I have available to me on this game, is that there are Uruk leaders who are susceptible basically only to being either grogged or what have you. Like, they really limit your options.
Grogged, explosives, and mounted beasts. Mounted beasts will almost always be a good option, but since we don't get that ability until like halfway through the game, it's not one that we end up using all that often.
So right now they want. So by the time mountain beasts come out, it seems like a pretty good way to get people excited that, oh, thank you, Jesus. Oh, thank you, merciful Lord in heaven, for letting me have a method other than grog. I don't want to grog anymore. Fuck grogging.
Well, no, actually, because at least if you're just doing the story missions and not actually building up your forces, then the war chiefs that you end up fighting usually can all be taken down with generic melee combos. Now there are several exceptions, like specifically captains can actually get Battlemaster, and Battlemaster is flat out the worst fucking thing to fight against.
I'm surprised.
You mean in like one-on-one combat?
No, in general, Battlemaster makes it so that you cannot do combos against. You cannot do combos or executions against captains and or war chiefs that have it. It's fucking abysmal to try and fight around.
So wait, if you can't execute them and you can't combo them, then how do they die?
Thankfully, Battlemaster is usually safe for the second half of the game, where we get one of the where we pretty much auto win via a system that's not really fully implemented yet, and I want to save talking about until we really have access to it.
Meanwhile, we got one more barrel to grog, because goddamn it, there can't just be two of them. There has to be fucking 5 of them.
And it's the one under the fucking bridge.
Under the bridge, I saw a chance to
a
kill
grog barrel there, and it was very difficult to get my ass over there. I didn't wanna go to there, and then I saw all the Uruk around, and then it was a fail. We improvise a lot on Rocket Rabbit, guys.
Let the bodies hit the floor. Let the bodies hit the floor. Let the bodies hit the floor. Let the bodies hit the... Where?
I'm glad you decided not to actually finish that up.
Where's the body? There are no bodies hitting the floor. I can't say it.
No, the bodies have hit the floor. One of the main reasons why you would want to do Poison Grog over any of the other stealth executes is very specifically because it ensues discord amongst the camp.
Let the bodies hit the floor. Let the bodies hit the floor. Let the bodies hit the floor. Let the bodies hit the floor.
Your timing is off.
Come with me. Come with me. Come on.
For being a prisoner for a couple of days, her clothes are still remarkably on her person.
I'll never see you again.
Right, for a couple days. Now, take that proportion and stretch it out 2 or 3 times, and you see rapid deterioration by iniquity.
But yay, we have helped Hirgon get his wife back.
We have emancipated.
Also, we found this artifact.
All right, you. You're not so brave now, are you? Hold him, boys. Get your filthy hands off me.
So, yeah, they use branding in the Uruk ranks.
Quicker and harder than they do unto you. But at least
I guess they view each other as beasts.
this time, try hard.
Somewhat.
This is going to hurt a lot. But you'll learn who's in charge. No! Not old Scorchy! Anything but old Scorchy!
It sucks.
These Uruk have a twisted concept of justice.
It is not justice. It is the constant weeding out of the weak in favor of the strong.
Classification.
Yeah, so Darwinism.
This was before barcodes became a thing.
And we're attempting to get a skill point, but we don't have enough power yet in order to unlock the next tree, so we'll have to sit on that skill point for a while.
I love sitting on
Another
lots
artifact.
of. I love sitting on lots of skill points at a time. Like it gives me a nice little.
I personally don't.
It gives me a nice. I mean, it's good. It's good to be spending them. Definitely, it's nice to be at least enjoying the benefits while you're able to gain them. But I'd like to. It usually happens because I am not sure what the dominant pathway is. So once I figure out what it is among my available options, say, okay, I'm going to double down on this because this looks pretty good.
I want the king to listen to good ideas.
Well, then, he should have nothing to do with Sauron. Fighting with the elves is not a bad idea. It's the worst idea imaginable.
So yeah, Sauron actually comes from Mordor, which is weird because he's an
I am a
elf.
Northman, an exile. Halis never let me forget that, and Yorith never cared.
To the Eldar, all
Maybe
men
his
are
parent,
brothers.
like
Fleeting visitors.
you know,
who
I'm sure
pass beyond
Sauron
the
didn't
surface of
just
the
sprout from the earth like an Uruk. I mean, he did. No, that's right. Elves do have parents.
Yes, elves have parents.
So I wonder if Sauron's mother was an Uruk.
Unlikely. Remember, Mordor wasn't always this hellscape.
No wonder if it was.
Mordor became this hellscape thanks to Sauron.
Oh, interesting.
Alright, and we're gonna start doing our first additional bow mission.
Kill all the archers with your bow, of course.
And charged headshot.
Let the
And
arrow meet
charge
the
headshot.
arrow in the face. Arrow. Run after him. He's over there. Oh, I can still see him.
I
He's
should
like,
wait for my focus
Come
to
on, get
recharge.
position, boys. He's not aiming. He's not aiming. What the fuck? Oh, they're just assuming the same positions.
Yeah,
I had
waiting for focus to recharge.
honestly.
Come on, focus.
I had to look at the kill counter to see that I wasn't crazy for a second. It's like, did you just kill those guys?
Ouch.
Speed. Need. More. Need.
Ouch.
Oh, that's my arrow pulling hand. God damn it. Oh, so you don't have to kill all of them. You just have to kill 10 of them.
No, 10 is for the bonus objective. Then you have to kill them.
So, can you complete this mission without getting the bonus objective?
Yes, you can. Matter of fact, every single mission can be completed without even attempting the bonus objective. I just prefer going for the headshots because a charged headshot is a guaranteed kill on most of the orcs and Urukai. All right, and now we're attempting to find. Yep. Oh. Unfortunately for us, in order to do the next Hirgon mission, we have to actually take down most of the war chiefs.
Oh, because you have to soften the defense in the region.
Well, no, we have to take down the monument of the Black Hand, and in order to do that, we look. This part of the story is not very well explained. Why we can't just go take that down right now?
Arbitrariness.
Yes.
Why did the grog come back in the cave? It's because we can't fight it yet.
You maggot! You don't stand a chance! And if you try to run, I'll track you down, so help me!
Oh yeah? Well, you're alone, Captain Dude.
You guys are so
and
much,
I have a stun shot.
You guys are so much fun to fight when you're so sure you're gonna win, and then you get your ass kicked.
Grab the intel! Grab the intel!
No.
If you grab it, if you're fighting it, oh, yellow. If you're fighting a captain specifically, they will always have intel on other captains and or war chiefs.
Neck breaker.
And he fell down.
And he fell. My power.
The power of the earth.
My power grows ever stronger.
Unfortunately, you know, that's on ground execution, which is something that I usually don't end up doing. Fear of Caragors, and can be damaged by combat finishers, alright? Invulnerable to both stealth and range. Most of the war chiefs that I end up fighting have invulnerable to range in this run, and I fucking hate it.
Was it randomized?
Yes. The buffs and weaknesses that the war chiefs have are completely random.
That I don't think I was aware of. That's pretty cool.
It is very cool, and it's what makes the Nemesis system specifically so enjoyable if you decide to mess around with it.
And replaying the game.
You have the ability to build. Once you have the ability to form your force however you want, you can specifically get very particular Uruks in your company. But now we are attempting to run our way over to our first war chief.
Second war chief.
Technically, it's our second, but I don't really count the rat bag one because that is rat bag being holding the war chief spot for us.
That is Ratbag, our tutorial helper, floating on the screen, telling us how to do shit.
Prove no weapon can touch us.
You can kill 20 Uruks without taking damage.
Do it.
It's a good thing that we've got a bow.
Well, if only I had a weapon that's so overpowered that this will be a piece of cake. The only other game I can think of where you can exploit headshots like this is Fable 2, and you can't even unlock that until the second half of the game. Because goddamn it, I mean, even enemies with high health can't withstand too many headshots.
I played very little of the Fable games.
They're an acquired taste. You have to understand that this is a parody of an existing genre that is much beloved by the gaming community.
Isn't it mostly played straight though?
It is straight. It's a very there's an open there's kind of an open world, but the quest is pretty linear. The side quests are kind of like those are your neighbors during your trip through a pretty linear story.
Getting the moon letters. There it is.
Quest. I mean, reward. Somebody was missing this.
But I'm doing this mission way longer than I really should. By approaching those missions using a stealth mentality, which is how I approach most of the missions, to be perfectly honest, it takes significantly longer than it should. This mission should not take you more than about 5 minutes to spawn the war chief.
So, In the next part, we will decide whether or not having a time constraint either improves or detracts from our gaming experience.
Detracts.